Welcome to part 2 of our KPI Expert Course. If you have watched video 1, you will have seen an introduction to the concept of KPIs and something of the evolution in maturity of business measurement and the information produced from it. You will have seen the critical role that KPIs play in the delivery of business needs and aspirations. In this video, we will investigate what makes for a good KPI by discussing what we should consider when deciding on which of our business activities and outcomes we should measure and how these should be measured. A key element of this discussion will be around the characteristics of our KPIs that will improve the chances that our deployed measures will be effective, be embraced by those who will use them, and become a significant part of a performance improvement culture within our businesses. My name is Carl, and I'm a business improvement greybeard. So, what makes for a good KPI? Well, our KPIs really do need to be the select few areas of critical performance. As such, we can't afford to get these wrong. We must ensure that we are measuring the right things in the right way. The population using the KPIs to drive and deliver performance and business outcomes must be able to immediately understand the context and the content of these measures. They need to be able to see exactly how it is constructed and how it can be affected. Not only must the measures and units used relate directly to those who will use it, they need to be perfectly clear in how they are able to influence that measure. There's no use having a KPI in an area where performance cannot be directly influenced by those in that area. And even more, each person needs to fully understand how they can personally influence that performance metric. The KPIs are intended to enable the delivery through a managed focus and team effort on those future critical items that govern success. We shouldn't undermine the buy-in and commitment of those in the team by setting any targets that are unachievable or that the population within the team believe are unachievable. We want the team to be confident in their success and motivated to succeed and deliver against the KPIs. So, with clear understanding of the importance of achievement against the KPI targets, clear understanding about how those KPIs relate to the activities the team are responsible for delivering, and a confidence in their ability to succeed in the delivery of those KPI targets, we can then start to develop a culture of performance and success, where the KPI becomes an important element of each team member's day job. They should give a constant, trustworthy feedback on how things are going and how we are doing. Finally, we want the influence of the KPIs to be as constant as possible during the delivery of our day jobs. It's strongly recommended that our KPIs be visually managed so that team members can use this feedback to influence and assist their decisions taken throughout the day. The visual display should inform us of our current status easily and unambiguously. They should warn us of any undesirable condition and provide guidance on the best action to take to resolve any problems or challenges. Do check out another video that we have within our series that looks specifically at visual management best practice. Certainly well worth a view. It's full of invaluable tips on how to get the most out of visual management. The guy we see here on the screen is Peter Drucker, often referred to as the father of modern management, or even the man who invented management. He left us with a wealth of really intuitive quotations, as well as his many books on the subject of business management. Many of these quotes deal specifically with the opportunities we've introduced today on the subject of performance measurement in general and KPIs in particular. Before we look at these, please do take the time to click on the subscribe button. It's free, of course, but it will help you find our future video releases more easily. If you do subscribe, please mention this in the comments below and I'll get back to you with a quick hello. I'm keen to build a community of like-minded people on the channel interested in learning more about leadership or business improvement best practice. If there's something in particular you're interested in, then please do post your suggestions in the comments below and I'll prioritise the areas with the biggest demand. After more than 30 years in the field of business improvement and leadership, I do have a pretty good breadth of experience in management best practice. I have plenty of deployment examples and anecdotes that I'd be more than happy to share. So, back to Mr. Drucker. I've included a few of his best known quotes here because I think they do help reinforce the message of today's video. So I'll go through a couple of them in more detail. The first one I'll mention here is, if you can't measure it, you can't change it. And of course, that's so true of the subject of KPIs. The purpose of the KPIs is to put in place measures around those things that it's critically important that we deliver in order to achieve business success. If we can't get those defined in measurable values, share those with the population that we're reliant on in order to realise them, then it's just not going to work. On a similar vein, the quote there of what gets measured gets managed is equally true. And again, that is the entire purpose of the KPIs. We're trying to put in place and share with the population those things that are most important to the business. If we can get those into the day job management of business activities, that's how we're going to realise the delivery of the KPIs, the delivery of the targets, and the achievement of the business ambitions. A couple of more unusual ones or more interesting ones here. Effective leadership is not about making speeches or being liked. Leadership is defined by results, not attributes. This is really interesting because it reinforces the value of setting a suite of business performance metrics and targets. And if we can then realise those, that's what really represents success. That's success for the company, and that would reflect success or career success for the leader that's managed to achieve that and the team that have participated in and delivered that success. And probably my favourite of the bunch on the screen today is, culture eats strategy for breakfast. Beautiful quote. And again, this is so important to the significance of KPIs. We can have all of the strategic objectives and definitions of strategy that we like, but if it doesn't make its way into the day job and the way people work, it's unlikely ever to be realised. So I do hope you've enjoyed today's video. I look forward to seeing you in our next one. The next instalment in this series on KPIs will look specifically about how to go about identifying what the right things to measure and manage might be, dependent on your own personal business situation, challenges and aspirations. So I look forward to seeing you soon.
We do hope you found today's video interesting and informative. If you did, please click the like and subscribe buttons below. This really helps in getting our videos prioritized and found. Thank you and ciao, the Great Beard Academy.